In today's video, we are going to talk about which is the best way to achieve long-term financial goals. Whether it's saving up for a down payment on a house, investing for retirement, or starting a new business, these financial goals are going to require a long-term strategy and consistent effort. I'm going to talk about different steps that I've actually taken to achieve long-term financial goals. All right, let's dive right in and talk about the best ways that have worked for me to achieve long-term financial goals. And I'm definitely going to share the step that was a really big game changer for myself. All right, the first thing that I like to do is to actually set up my financial goals. What is it that I want to achieve? And when I'm setting these goals up, I want them to be very specific and measurable, and I want to have a deadline associated with them. I'm sure you've heard of the SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and time-bound. So figure out what it is you want to achieve financially and be really specific with that. For example, if you want to save up for a down payment on a house, we don't want to just say, oh, I'm going to save up for a down payment on a house. We want to say, all right, I'm going to save $30,000 for a down payment on a house, and I'm going to save that within 6 months. That way we have a deadline with our goal. And of course we can change our goals over time, but we need somewhere to start. And as we are setting our goals, we can set milestones along the way to help keep us motivated and keep us going to achieve that longer term goal. For me, when I wanted to achieve financial freedom, I figured out exactly how much money that would take. I had a marker board and I wrote down all of my financial numbers. So I have different accounts, like a Roth IRA. I wrote down the exact amount I had in there. I have different investment properties. I wrote down the values, and I wrote down the cash flow that I was receiving from those properties. I also had roommates, so I wrote down the cash flow that was coming in from my roommates. I looked at all of those different financial numbers and I determined, okay, I need this amount in order to retire. And by doing that, I determined that I only needed to purchase one more property and I would be at financial freedom. I would have had no idea I was that close if I did not actually look at my numbers and set a specific goal to be working towards. Comment below and tell me, do you have a specific financial goal that you are working towards? The second thing that I did in order to achieve my long-term financial goals was to set up a financial plan. So I had income coming in, I had my expenses, I had my different properties, I had my different investments, and I looked at my whole financial picture, right? So I had my spending plan or my budget set up in my Google Sheet. I also use Empower, it used to be called Personal Capital, but I could track my net worth in there. If that's something you're interested in, I will leave a referral link below. You can click on that and set up a free Empower account. But that helped me to really track things along the way, track my progress, because I could see how much my investment accounts had gone up or if they went down. I could see how much cash flow was coming in and where I was spending my money so that I could make adjustments. Since I had already determined my goal of financial freedom, I created my financial plan to purchase one more property. I wanted to save up in order to purchase that property. So that was included in my financial plan. And by doing that, I was able to purchase that property and become financially free. But if I had never set that goal and made the plan on actually how to achieve it, that would not have been possible. The third thing that helped me achieve my long-term financial goals was to live below my means. I wasn't overspending, I wasn't maxing out all of my credit cards and spending way more than I was bringing in. I had extra money to save up for my down payment, and I still had money to invest. And the reason I knew all of these things is because I had my spending plan set up. I knew how much was coming in and how much was going out. To give you an example, I was talking to a friend a while ago. He was telling me that one of his friends, her husband had ended up passing away and left her quite a bit of money in their investment accounts, and she decided to redecorate her entire home And she did that and then decided, oh, I don't like certain things. So she did it again. And what she didn't realize was that she was spending a lot more money than she should have been if she wanted those investments to last a lot longer. We really want to pay attention to how much money is coming in and how much money is going out and live below our means. If we aren't doing that, we can accumulate a lot of debt and become very stressed about our financial situation. And of course, if we are in that situation, we can always change that situation by doing these exact steps. And then step number 4 that helped me achieve my long-term financial goals was to invest consistently. Whether you decide to invest in real estate and the stock market or just one of those, make sure that you are investing consistently over time. This is going to make a huge difference because you'll be able to take advantage of compound interest if you are investing in the stock market, or you can increase your cash flow with your rental properties. For me, I wish I would have been even more consistent with this. When I bought my first property, I didn't buy my second property until 10 years later. And once I did that and saw the benefits of having that second property, I was anxious to buy my next property, which I did a year later, and then my next property, which I did shortly thereafter. So I started later on investing consistently in real estate. And I also was investing in the stock market, and I started doing that consistently later on as well. But by doing that, I've been able to see exponential growth on my investments. So while it may feel really small in the beginning, that is the first step we need to take. We need to at least start, and then we can become consistent, and then we can start to see higher and higher returns on our investments. And if you want help investing in the stock market, I have a free masterclass about investing in the stock market. I will leave a link below in the description. You can click on that and watch the free masterclass. And then the 5th thing that helped me achieve my long-term financial goals was to diversify my investments. I didn't just open up one account in the stock market and invest in one single company. I was contributing to my 401k when I had my 9-to-5 job, and I also set up other investment accounts and put money inside of those accounts, and I diversified. I have about 10 different individual stocks, and then I also invest in an index fund which has a whole bunch of stocks inside of it. But I didn't want to be just investing in one single company because if something were to happen to that company, I would lose my entire investment. And I also like diversifying by investing in physical properties in real estate. So determine what is going to work best for you and make sure that you are diversifying your investments. And when you are diversifying, you can actually switch from one investment to another. For example, when I bought my 4th property, I took money from the stock market and I put it toward my down payment on my property. So I was able to switch investments. And then the 6th thing that helped me achieve my long-term financial goals was being disciplined and being patient. And honestly, automating your investing is a game changer because you take yourself out of the picture. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's completely automated, so it makes it super easy. It actually gets done without you having to do it. Being patient when you are investing in the stock market is very important because over the short term, the stock market will go up and down. It's not just a smooth ride. But over the long term, your investments will rise. So you really have to be patient. I had to be patient with my stock market investments. Those just didn't grow overnight. And I had to be disciplined and continue to contribute money to my stock market investments. One thing that really helped with that so that I wouldn't have to be as disciplined is automating that investing. I have an automatic transfer that goes to my account and gets invested inside of the stock market. And if that is something you're interested in, I do mention that in my free masterclass. So make sure and click the link below and watch the masterclass. But also, I just didn't give up when things weren't working out. When I was looking for another property to buy, there were a number of properties that I looked at. I put in multiple offers. And if I just gave up on the first offer that didn't get accepted, then I wouldn't have purchased my next property. So make sure that you have the patience and the discipline to continue to work on your long-term financial goals. Comment below and tell me one way that you've been able to achieve your long-term financial goals. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information. And hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want to see even more amazing content from me, make sure and check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.